Peekaboo. I'm not gonna lie, my hands are really quite cold right now. So I think that's gonna make the rest of my body real cold. But it's okay. Probably. I woke up real cold this morning and I had a terrible nightmare, which is probably due to the cold. That's usually how that works. Okay, well, the one time I need to use Discord, it is not working for me. Let me Alt F4 and relaunch it. You stupid program. Never do what I need to when I want you to. How terrible. Will you work now? Nope. That's not good. Does it work on my phone or is my PC just disagreeing with me? Oh, yep, it works on my phone, because of course it does. Oh well. There you go. I just had to complain enough until it worked. And hopefully you can't hear the whirring of my air conditioning. It's real snowy out today. I could hear the sleet pounding against my window earlier. It was quite a sight and a sound. I did go out. We only got like maybe like 3/4 inch of snow, which ain't a lot, but where I am in Texas, that's enough to shut everything and everyone down. They don't even know what snow is. They probably think it's raining crack outside. You know, I've been waiting for my new microphone for almost 2 weeks now, and I thought it was gonna work, but oh well. I've played Debussy. The Gradezat Baranasum is my favorite piece I've played by Debussy. That's also my favorite that I've played. It's you know, your left hand kind of does some so-so stuff, and then your right hand does all the fun stuff. It's easier than it sounds. Not to say that it's easy, but it's easier than it sounds. Mostly because Debussy has a lot of tricks to make it seem like you're putting in more work than you really are. It's just so goofy. Something about it just sounds like you're floating through space. I guess you could say that about most Debussy music, but that one especially in particular with all the rapid arpeggios and the piano. There's something very cloudy about it. Without even needing the use of an orchestra. My hands are so chilly. How am I gonna write music with them chilly hands? It ain't gonna work. surprisingly few places are closed down despite it being so wintry outside. Excuse me. I woke up today and sat in a call for like 7 hours watching my buddy Connor play a visual novel, which was so frustrating. Not because Connor did any choices that we disagreed with, like me and my buddies, we all talked about it, but because the main characters are just so aloof. Just kiss already. Just do it. We all want it to happen. So just do it. Reverie is so pretty. One part of it reminds me of America the Beautiful. Reverie is probably my favorite piece of Debussy's I've played. Granted, I haven't played a whole lot of him, but it's one of those pieces that I heard it like on shuffle on like Spotify or something, and I thought I must immediately learn this piece. There are a few pieces where I've had that feeling. Reverie, I felt like I need to learn this. The Lebenstraum, number 3 by Liszt, that's a famous one. I heard that and I'm like, I need to learn this, so I did. And the Je te veux by Satie, I love that one. Probably one of my favorites ever. It's not particularly difficult, but I just love Satie's sound. He's definitely one of the best piano composers ever. I would put him up there with Mozart and Brahms. Playing Gollywog's Cakewalk. That's in the same suite, right? The Children's Corner. Very childlike. Definitely for children to be playing. Okay. Let's get to work, I guess. Okay, so I have the sheet music pulled up here. I think this is the exact sheet music that I printed out when I when I learned it for the first time. And I'm doing specifically Reverie by Debussy because I went ahead, just did a quick search on YouTube and looked for how other people have orchestrated Reverie just to get some inspiration, and I didn't like any of them. In fact, I hated all of them. I think they all suck. So I'm here to do them one better, hopefully. I don't think I'll do much better, but I was so like, this is not good on all of them, so I can't say that and then be an orchestrator and then not do anything about it. So if I really want to make that claim, I'm gonna have to prove it myself by orchestrating it myself. Okay, so one of the main things that I've noticed when people orchestrate specifically Debussy, like I've listened to multiple like arrangements of Debussy's piano works for orchestra. Of course, a lot of them tend to orchestrate like him, which is, you know, big string section and then some harp stuff going on. And then what I've noticed, it's a lot of the first violins playing the very flowy melodies, and then like the oboe and the clarinets kind of punching through a counter melody on top. And I'm not gonna lie, I think that sounds really cheesy. I've heard it 1,000 times. It sounds like a Disney movie in a derogatory way. And I don't want my thing to sound like that. At least I think those kinds of moments need to be saved for like a climax, right? Like something special. I think just hearing it too much, it just sounds very syrupy. It sounds like you're drinking a whole bottle of maple syrup, and that gets pretty sickening pretty fast. But if you just have a tiny bit of it, then it's wonderful. Too much of a good thing, you know. So today I'm gonna hopefully get to write in my own version that's a little bit lighter, maybe a little less dense overall. Still probably gonna be quite dense in the middle sections, of course, but we'll get to that. Okay. Rachmaninoff's Prelude in C sharp minor, that was a huge bucket list piece. Wow. I only learn pieces that I think are like really, really moving. I don't find Rachmaninoff particularly moving. It's like, it's impressive, but it's not compelling, you know? I think there's a difference. Whereas like I found Reverie very compelling, if you know what I mean. That's just me though. Okay, so first of all, I'm thinking that I want a flute to play this little arpeggio here. I've noticed other orchestrations tend to use the strings or a harp to play this. I mean, a harp is fine. In a way, I feel like a harp is kind of cheating because you're replacing one stringy instrument, the piano, with another stringy instrument, the harp, which is just, I mean, it works, but like I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of this exercise. So same thing when I did Beethoven Moonlight Sonata third movement for orchestra. I felt like if I just included the piano, it would be kind of like cheating, so I'm gonna get rid of it real quick. Why are you guys clashing together? What intonation is this? Okay. The flute, however, cannot play this B flat below middle C. So we're gonna have to get a different kind of flute. It's in 4/4 or C. I guess I'll do C even though it's the same thing. Let me just, if you don't know, it's the same thing. Look at that, 4 quarter notes. Let's have here, right, key signature, 1 flat, or this one. That looks like a very Debussy key signature, but whatever. And he wrote here andantino. I mean, andantino is very loosey-goosey kind of tempo. I wrote here, you know, andantino without slowing down or without slowness. A lot of people play Reverie really quite slow. And you know, Debussy himself wrote here, no slow. That means no slow, and everyone's playing it super slow. So, I mean, I'll play it however you want, I don't care. But he did write there no slow, and then all the snobs in the comments being like, you're playing it too fast. It's like, bro, did you even read the score? All right. I'm just gonna kind of push this down to like 85, and then we'll see from there. Okay. Right, I wanted an alto flute. I guess I'll just add another flute. Bang. Alto flute is a wonderful instrument. I like it very much. Let's get to writing. So notice here that Debussy doesn't use a pedal. He doesn't use a pedal for any of it, actually. I think he just expects you to use it, but here specifically he like specifies that you use a whole note here on this bass note, and then all these other ones you're just kind of doing whatever. And I always find that kind of interesting because, you know, I feel like you can kind of interpret here that he wants you to use a pedal, but here he doesn't. Here he very explicitly says to hold this one note. It doesn't tell you to hold these notes, it tells you to hold this note, which I always found a little peculiar. And in my mind that means that, at least when I play it, I don't pedal these notes, these extra notes. At least that's how I interpret it. So I kind of want to have something like that, especially because I'm writing this for orchestra. Of course, an orchestra cannot, and it probably will never, without the existence of a piano, which I'm not including. It probably won't be able to completely mimic the sound of the piano and its sustain pedal. So I'm not gonna put too much time into trying to recreate it. But and then tie this, don't split the middle. Okay, that's exactly the opposite of what I wanted. I put very specifically that I wanted you to be here. And then I was like, okay, please do this. That's not what I want. There you go. And I think here I'll have a horn, just kind of very quiet horn here, playing this little part here. Or what, he writes here pianissimo. What does that tempo feel like? Okay, you're quite quiet. Louder. I know I put you at pianissimo, but I gotta be able to hear you when I'm writing you. What intonation is going on over here? Thank you. And I changed my mind. Go to bassoon instead. I think bassoon will be better at this. Try here, pianissimo. Quieter. Shut up. Please, my friend, do a slur. I'm gonna try here. What if I... This might be a bit strange, but if I want you to also hold on to this high note that the flute plays. This notation feels kind of strange, but whatever. Try clarinets. Quieter. Shut up. Can you be a bit louder so that these ones by comparison are quieter? I like that more. Okay. And I guess you're gonna have to repeat here. I want it to feel a bit more personal, not quite too roomy yet. And try you on horn one more time. Okay, I don't want to introduce strings quite yet. I'll have two bassoons play this part, perhaps, so it's not so difficult. Like this. Just kind of trail off at one after the other. I think hopefully that'll make it a bit easier. And I'm pretty sure this repeats for the next two measures. And yeah, that repeats for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 measures. So yeah. Bang. Easy peasy. Just tie all you guys together. Look at all those wonderful ties. I'm going to live Debussy. Don't ask why. Why? Just delete that stupid title there. And then I want you to continue that pattern we was doing. Bang. That didn't do what I wanted. Okay, whatever. It's in his name. You like Claude Debussy. That's crazy. Alright, the melody. Who do I want to play the melody? Horn, go! I think it's gotta be oboe. But like, shut up. Okay, I do know this melody like on the piano, but I'm not gonna get it right if I have to transcribe it or from memory. I ain't Mozart or nothing, so I'm just gonna follow what Debussy himself wrote. Beautiful. And you like this, and you like that. Okay. Give me a second. And that compression. Okay, that's a good start. I think we can, I don't want it to just keep repeating because that's kind of boring. I would like it to kind of evolve, if you know what I mean. I need the sounds to evolve a little bit. Keyboard ASMR. You like the sound of my keyboard? I got this keyboard specifically for its sound. Pretty cool, right? Oh, you guys want to see the CMake lists? It's so ugly. Get that off my screen. That's not what I wanted. Pretty cool, right? It's the Unicomp Mini M keyboard. Definitely a worthwhile purchase. Man, my microphone got all screwed up from me manipulating it, but whatever. Can you stop that? Oh my gosh. Okay. Not surviving a quiet place with my keyboard. Bro, why would you get a keyboard just for it to be quiet? That sounds so lame. Do you want to be lame or do you want to be cool? Get a loud keyboard. Be loud. If I may talk about my keyboard some more and interrupt my orchestration. The Mini M keyboard is based off of the old IBM Model M keyboard, which is an old keyboard from long ago. And it's not a mechanical keyboard, despite what it might sound like, because it doesn't use what we would call a mechanical keyboard today with the, you know, the clicky switches where it kind of like pushes down on a spring and then it like has some weird mechanism inside of it that makes it, you know, makes certain sounds and have different actuation levels and all that. This one specifically has a buckling spring design, which means that when you press on a keyboard, there's a spring inside of it which bends, and then it like strikes like a conductor, which registers that keyboard input. So technically, it's a membrane keyboard, but my goodness, it's the most glorious sounding membrane keyboard probably ever. I want to be lame. I like being able to hear the wind blowing outside. I don't like hearing nothing about nothing. I just want it to be keyboard. I want to be lame to surprise everyone. What's surprising about being lame? There's nothing surprising about it. It's just boring. That's why I don't understand people that just get out of bed and wear the first thing that comes out of their drawer, especially if there's going to be seen by lots of folks. Why would you live your life looking boring? Why don't you go outside? Whoopsies. Why don't you go outside and look all exciting and wear nice colors? Come on now. You're volume shaming the audience's keyboards? Bro, if I find any opportunity to make fun of any of you, you should already know that I'm gonna take it, alright? I know other VTubers might be really nice to you and pretend to be your friend, but I'm here to bully all of you because you're the one that clicked on the anime girl thumbnail, and then you just say that you're staying for the music, but I know that you're not. Okay, so I'm thinking here that just as an experiment, I'm going to put you in the clarinet and then see what I think of this. I really like that actually, more than the flutes. I like that much more than the flutes. And in fact, I want you to do this. Okay, that's not a dramatic enough dynamic change. Let's see. Okay. Good. I want you to play just a little bit longer. These notes here, I guess I could just, there you go. PP to FF to PP, trust. You got it. Beautiful. Be a little bit louder, please. Just a smidgen louder. And put you on flute instead. Basically, I have, because like I said earlier, these instruments cannot really mimic the sound of a piano keys. They cannot mimic the sound of the piano keys dying away with the sustain pedal. I mean, I guess they can if you instruct each of the players to play each note and then have it decrescendo. I mean, you can do that, but that seems very strange. So what I'm doing instead is that I'm just having instruments kind of pretending to be the reverb of other instruments. So there's this bassoon here that's pretending to be the reverb of the slowest notes, which Debussy himself marked here with these whole notes. But I also decided I want to also punctuate this upper note here, the G. So I'm having just the flute kind of fill in that gap. And I think here I'll raise your volume since you're a flute. Clarinet is an okay volume here, but the flute is quite quiet. Why is this bassoon not playing? Hello? Oh, you are. I'm just deaf. Alright, never mind. You'd think with my big anime ears, I would be able to hear lots and lots of stuff. Sure ain't the case. I'm gonna say something outrageous. It's about, is it a hot take on music? Because I can't wait to hear this. I love the British. I can't believe you would say that in my chat. That's crazy. Like I said, I kind of want some instruments to feel like a reverb sound. So I think I'm going to do that with U here. Just kind of as an experiment. Nice and quiet. Why is the first flute so much louder? How dare you? Louder and quieter. And I want these notes to be a little bit louder. Maybe a little quieter here too. I think that might be a little bit too long. I'll try here 3 beats instead of 4. And especially here when you play. I guess then you need to be a little bit louder. Okay. I mean, that's certainly one of my most interesting decisions. Decrescendo here. Go back here. Decrescendo here. Let me just be specific here. Better to write it than to not have it at all. Actually, I would prefer if you kind of did like this. Or I guess I don't need these. Like this. I need you to like fade away, you know? That might be better. That's not as dramatic as I would like it to be, but whatever, it's MIDI playback. You phrase it however you want, MuseScore. In the land of freedom, we only like music from the British. From this point on, I will ban all British things except for the British music. That's right, the land of the free. I feel pretty free right now. I don't like that. Get out of here. I do want there to be like a breath here because I feel like it just makes sense for the music. Especially for the oboist playing this. You can play that a little bit longer. Tie. Note, that's the wrong note. That's the wrong number. I feel like for this last note I would like a flute to kind of imitate it, like this. Kind of like a subtle dovetail, you know? I think actually a clarinet would be much better at imitating an oboe. Oh wait, pianissimo. Maybe just one. Okay, that's what Debussy sounds like. E, G, that's not G, that's F, F, C, and then G. Okay. Did Shirgi's ears grow in size? Do I look any different to you? You think I changed what I look like? That's crazy. Wow. Chord change. Debussy really was a genius. He knew how to change chords. First one ever. That's correct. What? Oh, it changed to the next page. And then it goes down to F. I'm just gonna have the clarinet here play the F, just for consistencies. Okay. What do you call a seagull by the bay? Or a bagel? Cool. Hello. A. A. U A. Wait a second. Okay. How are you doing? He was a genius, and many say he knew how to read music, something impossible at the time. True, there was just like this ancient language by a guy named like Bach or something, like and we didn't know how to read his music until like the early 20th century. Like some mathematicians got together and they learned how to read music for the first time, which was revolutionary, really. Before then, we had to resort to archaic methods of writing music by a guy named, what was his name? Schuberg, something like that, like Arnold Schuberg. I don't know. He was pretty forgettable anyway. Nobody listens to him, probably. I also, I mean, it feels weird to having to write out like the phrasing, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Like I said, I do want the sound to kind of evolve here, so I think maybe at some point here I want some of these instruments to switch around. Chalky milk, you're so right. I didn't have any chalky milk today, and I feel like both a failure, a disappointment, and also like I'm in hell. I want you to do this, and I want you to do this. Okay. So now that we have the beginning all played out, which is really annoying me that the last few measures of it are cut off here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just at least like cut it off here at 6 bars. So, because 7 just feels terrible, so just do 6. So, how do I evolve this and make it better? Hello. And I want some stringy involvement, but not the whole string group. I feel like too many orchestrations of Reverie suffer from sounding too big too early. All right, you don't want to peak too early. All right, that's just going to make everyone disappointed. You don't want to give it your all in the first 10 seconds. That's not very cool. So I think I'm going to have a cello soloist. Yoink. Where are you? Make a soloist even. Make soloist. And I'm not quite sure what I want you to play, but I'll figure it out. How do you focus with more than 6 staves on a page? Just ignore everyone else. I don't know. I know, like, I say this semi-often, but I know it can look a little bit daunting to have so many instruments on a page, but I promise you, if you just break it down into sections, like, you'll notice that a lot of these are just the same instruments. These are all the same, and then these two are the same, and these are all the same, and you can kind of bracket them in your head. I think what probably the most important thing I can say in regards to writing for orchestra is that you need to see, in a way I'm almost like stopping myself from saying this because it feels a little esoteric, but then again, we're all musicians, so I feel like all of you will get what I mean when I say you need to imagine the sound of the orchestra in your head and then identify what instruments are playing that sound in your mind. Like, for example, if I'm translating this piece for solo piano to orchestra, I'm trying to listen in my mind as what do I think an orchestrated version of this should sound like, and then I specifically hone in on what instruments I am hearing in my head, and then notating it down and just ignoring everyone else that is just out there for everyone else. Okay. I think I'm going back to my MuseScore stuff. Alright, see you later then. And you better practice your scales or I'm gonna find you. Okay. I really wanted this part to be like a horn solo, but this is just too high, so I don't think that's happening. let's try this melody in different instruments for funsies. Let's try you in clarinets. Or flute, I guess, first, since clarinet. I don't like that very much. My clarinets are kind of occupied right now, but I don't know why I'm complaining. I have the power of technology and anime on my side. So I'm just gonna add here clarinets. Out of thin air. Yoink. I think the clarinet's kind of struggling to punch through because the clarinet, another clarinet's already playing this arpeggio here, so I'm gonna put you in alto flute again. I like both of them. I think we could get away with just using both. Let me put you here. I want the thing to switch to clarinet here. I'm gonna put you in second clarinet because screw you, and I want you to be in first clarinet. And you shut up. There you go. I like here the movement from the oboe to the clarinets. And I want these instruments to like gently move toward a more brassy tone. And also I'm gonna add here a little Rit. Add some Ritz crackers. There you go, beautiful. I think here these bassoons could move to horns. Go horn. Go horn. I guess I could just do one horn playing these, that's fine. Can a horn play triple piano? Probably not, but nevertheless, here I am. Okay, that's way too slow. Hold on. Let me edit that and change to like 85 instead of 75%. Oboe line could be played by the flutes. I already tried that. Unfortunately, I didn't quite like it. Can you move to bassoon here? I would like to hear what the bassoon sounds like on this line. The bassoon is so lovely. Definitely my favorite woodwind as of 2 minutes ago. I love the bassoon. Especially up here in its tenor range. Down here it's kind of goofy. But here it's nice and lovely. So luscious. Maybe not up to Rite of Spring levels, but around here in this middling range it's very pretty, and I love it very much. It's like a more strained sounding horn, like horn and F, like it's a woodwind, right? But bassoons and horns, like the general wisdom of orchestration is they're at lower volumes, they're actually quite similar in timbre, and you can really exploit this, I think. So that's why I kind of want like a bassoon and horn like duo going on here. And then just for, there you go. Instruments do you play? I play the guitar, I play the harmonica, and I play my hands. when I clap them, and that's about it. I play Noida. Bach and Mozart had very similar lovely spring. Stravinsky had a very intense spring. Yeah, and it's definitely the second most iconic spring behind Vivaldi's. As much as I love Vivaldi, man, one of my favorite composers, but that's the Four Seasons is one of the least interesting things that he wrote, and that's really saying a lot. But out of all the things that Vivaldi ever wrote, that's one of the least interesting. Summer is pretty cool though, but there's a lot of stuff that Vivaldi wrote that sounds a lot like Summer. Okay, I blocked Vivaldi's Spring from my mind. Yeah, you know, me too. I love Vivaldi's other concerti though. Just that one, maybe we can leave that one alone. I also want the whole orchestra to kind of crescendo here. So I'm gonna have you start from right around... probably around here where the retardando starts. Is where I need you guys to be just a tiny bit louder, just so it leads better into a full orchestra. So I'll have you start at maybe piano, because you're previously playing up for or triple piano or pianissimo, I think. Is that what it's really called? Pianissimo. Oh, it sure is. All right. Just a little quieter, you both. And you two kind of contribute by going mezzo piano. I guess you don't need that. Not allowing clarinet 2 to breathe is crazy. What did clarinet 2 ever get to deserve my attention? No, you're actually right, but I guess I could do this. Bang. Perfect. The old switcheroo. Okay. You are gonna have to continue on a tiny bit though. Like this. Do a bang and a bang and a bang and a bang. And I guess you don't need nothing else. Some type of eye tracking, I'm just noticing. What, like this? Maybe. I want to try something. When the... what are you called? The oboe. When the oboe is playing, I want you to very briefly kind of switch to the alto flute. I think that might be an interesting pairing. Let me silence the oboe for a second, just so I can hear this without the melody. Shut up! Thank you. Can you do that with all of them, actually? That's... that might be fun. I would like you guys to swap when you're playing though. I would like it to start with clarinet and then move to alto flute. That way I think the more direct clarinet can feel like the call, and then the more airy flute can feel like the response, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. Good morning, just dropping by. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You're so quiet. You just do this, so maybe it's a little easier. Can you move maybe to trombone instead? The bassoon's not so articulate here. Or maybe I should just make you be a little bit more apparent like this. Okay. I think I like that a little better. Or maybe I should have that cello soloist that I added and then didn't do anything with because I don't know, I just forgot. Maybe I should have him do something. How long ago did you start composing? Like 2 years now. 2 years ago. No, that sounds too cheesy. But like in a bad way. You know, there's a time for cheesy. Go, tuba! Tuba's a little nicer. That's a little upper in the tuba range, but I think that's okay. As long as you can play it at that volume. I'm not sure if a tuba at that volume can play that high. I'm not very familiar with the tuba in terms of this range. Okay, I'll figure out what to do for the next part in a second. I just really want to not perfect exactly, but just get right this part here. Tuba Lion work on trombone 201. It would. That's not a trombone. Hold on. There you go. I just thought tuba would be more interesting. Horn. It might be easier on horn, but unless a tuba player thinks this is very difficult, then I kind of want to give the tuba some love, especially in its upper range. And I do want to at least try giving the tuba some melody, because I think it would work very good for Debussy in particular, because it has a very sweet sound. It's just maybe a little difficult to give melodies to this particular range here. I can maybe think of a few in this piece in particular. I know the euphonium exists. I could just use that, I guess, but I'm also not liking the bassoons so much here at this part. I might want to switch it off to another instrument. Maybe the clarinets per gaps. I just don't think the bassoon and flute combo is very good. The bassoon and oboe, the bassoon and clarinet combo is pretty good because, well, that's just how it is. I guess then the bassoon or the clarinet would just kind of be dodging along like this, but that's okay. Why are you so quiet? A little louder. Just a tiny bit. I'm becoming less and less of a fan of the oboe playing this melody, but I don't know who else would play it. Cello, you play it. I know it technically can, but maybe that's not the smartest idea. But it technically can, but it's not so smart. But it technically can. Alright, get over here, violin. I mean, I think also a viola would work here. I just want to hear violin first. Go. Get rid of the slur here. Let's hear you with my viola patch. As expected, I like the viola better. It has a bit less of a bright sound, which is very good. The viola is a bit darker, which is why it's perfect for stuff like this. And we just rewrite the slurs so that they're a bit more conducive to the viola. Don't crescendo. Try those. You be a little longer, please. Good. Okay, and Tiffany, go. Boom. A little quieter, not so loud. And I also want here some stringy thingies where you text piz. There you go, piz. Let's add some piz. A little bit more piz. Maybe higher. Thank you. Okay. I would like some horn harmony. Hornomony for short. We're here. That's what it sounds like. Oh yeah, and also somebody needs to carry on this clarinet part here. And I think it's gonna be horn. Go horn. How long do you hold that? For 2 measures. Well, I got it perfect. Shut up. And also, shut up. I want bass clarinet here. Let's just have the 3rd clarinetist be the bass clarinetist. Just so I don't have too many clarinets going on here. That would not be so good. Oh yeah, you're in Despite being the bass clarinet, you're in treble clef. I mean, I understand why, but like, it doesn't make me happy. Maybe like this. A little quieter. And then the U, what do you call the clarinet? You kind of fill in the other notes here. That's not correct. There we go, this. Why is the bass clarinet so much louder than everyone else? Shut up. Oh yeah, I forgot to unretardando you. Tempo. There you are. Can you do this? I know this is kind of peculiar, but oh my gosh, stop doing that, you stupid computer program. Yeah, doesn't really make any sense. Alright, then I'll put you back the way you was. Okay, there needs to be a little bit of something else kind of holding together this, but for now I think that'll do. I think I want one single cello, like I have here, kind of helping out here, playing this note, but nice and quiet. Just to add a little bit of warmth. I mean, I'll change it if I don't like it, but let's at least have this play twice. Don't do that. Maybe I'll have my cello friends, or I guess contrabass friends, you guys kind of play what the bass clarinet is playing. Maybe even have the violins also pizzicato what you're doing. That might be interesting, isn't it? Okay. Imagine getting solos in an orchestra just to play one note. It's not about how the players feel. It's about how I feel. And if they have a complaint about it, then they can come to complain to me myself. Is a computer going to complain to me that they just get to play one note? Didn't think so. I guess an actual orchestra might, but we'll get there when we get there, and I don't think I'm gonna get there anytime soon. We both also play the C. Okay, bro, I cannot hear you. I can hear you if I if I isolate you. Everyone do it. I have just one viola play this. I preferred the string groups playing this. Okay. Let's also have the alto flute kind of pitch in here. Okay, well, we have this here. I want the clarinet to continue playing this melody. I think it would be very good for it here. If there's anything I know about writing for clarinet, is that this not exactly the favorite to play. And you know what? I want the flute to play this anyway. Also, you're playing the same melody, I think, so just... Is that true? It sure is. Well, kind of. Can you hold off after here? There you go. Let me just be more sure about your dynamics. Or actually, doesn't it like grow to mezzo forte around here? Yeah, it does. Just add like an accessory note here. I feel like that might make it easier to move between one and the other. Could be like... That's better. Don't do crescendo there yet. I think this might be... I think this might just might be better. I want here, hold on, there's a lot of measures happening here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, I want you to just break after this. Yoink. Break on through to the other side. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just right. 8 measures here, just so everything's a little more expanded. And I want here the oboe to get the melody. Which one's the oboe? Here. I feel like this could be very pretty. That's not it. That is it. Never mind, that was correct. We're here on here now. So hold on. You need to be a and then you're and then D, F, and D. Probably not gonna stay in the oboe this entire time, but I at least want to have the melody down. Maybe not that long. I'm probably going to introduce some stringies here. But for now, it's just gonna sit like that, just for now. But definitely gonna add some stringies here soon. Stringy thingies. Alright, back to where we was. I want the bassoons here to play the arpeggios. Here, Meno P. What does that P stand for? Could be piano, could be pause, could be porcupine, could be pork, could be anything really. We'll have the first bassoon play all the high notes and the second bassoon play all the low notes. I think that's fair. Actually, now that I look at it again, some of these notes are kind of wacky. Like I know the piece Reverie, but like just looking at these, it is kind of wacky. What such wacky writing! Like this jump here. Good thing we have more instruments for this. Let's make you guys both piano. No, pianissimo. That's not right, it's D, isn't it? Yep. And then I think it's just the same. Yoink. Man, I'm so good at this whole arranging thing. Okay, we'll see. So obviously more stuff has to happen than just this, because otherwise it's kind of boring. Start again from here. And I think here we'll have kind of what we were having before, with you guys kind of helping. I guess the bassoons aren't that heavy sounding. What if I move you guys to horns? I prefer the sound of the bassoon though. Let's try this. I want you, yoink, to be the holy note. Oh wait, not F. What is this? A. Okay. I don't like that either. Bass clarinet bassoon maybe? You think like this? Yoink. I think that works here. I don't think it works here because you're already being played in the clarinet, but I think here it works nicely. Let me just make sure your dynamics are all correct. And just put you on clarinet again for posterity. Okay, that's good. But of course I need something to fill that air, and usually it's strings that do that, I guess, but I'm not sure if I really want the strings to just fill in this space like that. What if I just have like one tuba, just like... it's really boring sounding though. Horns, it's your turn. Bang. Okay. Makes it easier in my eyes. Maybe just like this. I just want to hear what this sounds like. Have the fourth horn play this part. Whoopsies. The second horn can just kind of chillax about it here. Do I need to mark here, like, second horn, you play this, and fourth horn, you play this? It's probably okay. If I just right here, like, A2 maybe. But I think this is okay. There you go. High trombone can be a nice filler if really light, or we can play a solo melody or something. Horn and trombone sound similar at the same pitch and dynamic level. Yeah, I know that. I just thought horn first because I have so many of them. Can you be like slower together? Just do those. This notation feels kind of odd. And plus this means that the fourth horn plays a single note before going away. You know what, I bet this is fine. I just need to specify this is for second or fourth horn. And you go to that. This might be okay. Maybe a bit louder. Okay. It needs to feel just a little bit less empty. Just repeat that. Maybe I could have you guys switch places. Where is it? It's in here, voices exchange, voice 2-4, or not 2-4, 1-2. I'm thinking horn 2-4, but they're voice 1-2. Yoink. Good. Maybe some flutes here would be good. Like these notes here, I think needs to be just a little bit more filled in. I think having too many bass notes be like filled in would sound a bit too murky. But these upper notes here, I think it'd be okay if we filled them in a little bit. So let's try that. Oh, that's right, the flute doesn't go down to B flats. Now I need another alto flute for this. This is why we have a clarinet. This doesn't really make a whole lot of sense though. I think strings are what we want. I don't want them to just block out chords, but that might be what I have them do. Just... They need to be quite open chords though. I don't want them to be like dense chords. That would fill up this space a bit too much. Make it a bit too thick in a way that's not good. Maybe have them play... maybe, okay. Have you play this. And then, where's my text? Rocco, actually just do this. Quieter, please. Okay. That's a bit better. I want perhaps the viola to also play this lovely D here. Like this and like this. Like this! Nice break from doom scrolling. Guys, what is it with y'all and doom scrolling? Practice your scales. Do it. That feels a little bit too thick. So shut up. Alright, well you go away too soon. I can't hear nothing. There you go. I can't contribute much, I'm a percussionist. What do you mean you can't contribute much? I guess this one isn't very percussion heavy, but other stuff I do is a little bit more generous to percussion. You're continuing D. Let's right here this G major chord. So D. I know this violin's playing that low G there, but you can barely hear it anyway. It's just kind of there to help. It's a bit better, I think. Let's see. I don't like that very much. Try here. Like this. Not that. I guess let's just have the timpani fill in this note here. Boom. A little bit louder, please. Alright, I don't like how long the horn holds that note. Try again. I think a very quiet cymbal hit here when it hurts, as well as just a little bit of something, something. do a small roll here. And just a little quieter, please. I guess I didn't specify here. I need to specify the patch. Okay. That's a little bit too grumbly for me. And also... What in tarnation is that? Oh my gosh, why is one of you not? What? Oh my goodness. Try again. Thank you. And then... Oh. No, I thought... Dang, this is so sad. There you go. That's not the notes, it's A. Maybe like this. I don't like that very much. I feel like this tuba note does need to hold a little longer. I did kind of make it strange by not making it like this. 3, like this. I feel like this timpani is a bit too, you're a bit too much. Just a little quieter, please. Maybe 3 notes instead of 2. Like that. And then there you go. Please here do a crescendo. Maybe a bigger crescendo would be nice, but I'm not so sure. And what do you sound like if I were to tremolo you? That's so nice. I guess you would have to be, because you're tremolo, you're slightly quieter, right? So I'm going to boost your volume a little bit. Okay, try this now. No, you can go back to quiet because you're arco again. Okay, I like that. I think there does need to be something in the violin here. Move all these arcos over. Let me do like this. No, I don't really like that. Okay. Just move back the way it was then. I like those tremolos a lot. I'm just hoping that I'm trying not to be too overbearing on the orchestra too early. Like I said earlier, I feel like that would be not good for us. Can you hold on to this note just a little bit? Try something like this, perhaps. Hold on, give me a second. Okay. Okay, I like that viola there. It makes it sound a little bit more mysterious. Maybe an octave higher. Good. Move to A instead. That's not A. Why are you B flat? What did I do here? Okay, I like that more. I want a tam tam. Get over here, tam tam. How would I do without you? What a wonderful percussion instrument. Just kind of sparingly. I kind of maybe want like a tam tam roll, a very quiet one, but nevertheless, I want a tam tam roll, I think, or maybe a bass drum roll. That might be pretty. If we have like a very quiet bass drum roll, like this. If I could hear it, it's a little hard to hear. That's okay. Okay, and I want like a very, very quiet, like, scrape here. And when I say quiet, I mean quiet. Alright, that's not where I want that. I like the tam tam roll though, just a little bit quieter. You can crescendo around here, I think. Or just do that. I'm gonna replace the snare drum here. Get out of here. I'm gonna add a triangle. Triangle. There you go. Where is that? Here. I want a triangle right here. Ding. Too loud, shut up. Maybe just another very quiet cymbal hit here. Okay. Oh my gosh, shut up. Quiet. I also don't like that. I also forgot to extend you. Yoink. Alright. And I'll just be lazy. Very lazy. Delete, 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 delete. There you go. I don't like how abrasively you come in. Just do like a crescendo here. I also want you to do like a little bit of a crescendo here, but like a very, very soft one, like this. Not quite. Do a very slight one here, like this. You can't really hear these guys anymore, can you? They're very subtle. Let's make it just a little bit louder, please. And you start from here. And try again. you go back down to triple P. And here you guys are just playing the same old, same old. So you guys all do this, and I want all of you to once again do the tremolo. I'll tell you first. Tremolo next. Good. Or you're gonna have to be louder. Yoink. I like those tremolos very much. And same with you guys, do a little bit of a thing. Have a little bit of harmony here. And let's hear that one more time. I don't like that triangle no more. I think the clarinet's just too quiet. All their instruments going away just feels so anticlimactic. Let's have you guys do the decrescendo there. I want you to be a little louder. I feel like we're losing some of the articulation here. Okay. And what happens next? Right here, where it moves down to C. C, G, C, or C, G, E, G, B, flat. Okay. And you guys also I don't like this B flat here. I would prefer the chord just to play a straight C. Like that. Okay, try that. Okay, good. Okay. I don't like how much you fall off. I want even more string involvement here. I want the strings to play the latter half of this melody, if you know what I mean. I feel like we have to have more brass come in here. I think a horn part here would be very beautiful. So let's write it. Instead of having the strings kind of take over all of the harmony here, I think having the horns do it would be very good. So what are they going to play? Let's see here. That's what Reverie sounds like. Trust me. Let's just have something very simple here. Maybe not like that. Maybe more like this. I want, hold on, I want to mix up the medicine a little bit here. I want you, one low horn. I want a trombone playing the fifth. I want a trombone playing the octave. Quiet you. Maybe like this. We'll have two horns perhaps. I'm playing like this. That feels a little bit too brash. Get rid of that high C. That feels a little bit better. I don't like that the chord just hangs on though. I feel like there's got to be more movement. Maybe we can have them kind of build up based on the notes they're playing, you know? So we could have like you first, and then you next, and then you after. If I have like you like this, and then just like that. Both of you guys, double piano. I guess pianissimo for short. Just some movement here in the harmony I think would be nice. You move here maybe to G. Maybe the other horns can come in here playing the fifth. That's P minus P. That's not correct. There you go. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. Or maybe bassoon would be better here. Go bassoon. Bassoon and trombone. Lovely combo. Horn. Yes, I like that much more. Okay. Vroom vroom. Piano. And you guys can be pianissimo because you're brasses and you're super loud. Okay. I tuned into your last stream, but I came, I kid you not, 8 seconds before you ended. Wow. You came in 8 seconds. That's so sad. Compositions are lovely and I love your model. Thank you. Sorry, not sorry for just making fun of you there. Well, welcome. What's happening next? It's after. Okay. Oh wait, I just realized I don't have anyone playing the arpeggios. Who's the unlucky soul that gets to do that today? Horn. Alright, it's Horn's turn. I'll just put you in bassoon here for a sec. So C. That's not a horn. I think a horn technically, like, of course a horn can technically play these notes here. I don't think they're going to be very happy about it, but they can. Of course a bassoon would be better. Alright, bassoons, you're my new best friend again. Get over here. You need the bassoon to play this. Bassoon would be much easier to do. So, like this. Did I make... Okay, just checking to make sure I added slurs. Make sure your piano, not that kind of piano, this kind of piano, thank you. D, what's that? E, D, you like ED, B, D, B, G. Okay, good. Tie them all together. Oh my gosh, I just realized I thought you guys are pianissimo, but you're in fact piano, so it's fine. Go. Oh, it's gotta be strings here. It's gotta be strings. Go, cello. That's not that's not what I wanted. Hold on. No. Go back. Like this. And just do something very simple here. I want cello. One cello. The cello soloist. You finally get something that isn't just single notes. I'm gonna pick you a little louder though, because you're currently playing over how many brass instruments? 4. Let's put you back on bassoon. You're too loud, shut up. That just got to be horn. It's got to be horn. Okay, put you right here. And you do this. In fact, just let the first horns do it because they're currently doing nothing. And also I hate second and fourth horns, so they get to play second fiddle, literally. And you just do whatever you were doing. That's so wonderfully warm. But the thing is, like, I have a feeling that like these horns will kind of overpower each other, where we have the trombone and the horn, and then we have this horn. Maybe no. What about English horn? It's not a horn, but it's a horn. It's the English horn. It's not a horn, but you know, it's a horn. Despite it not being a horn. English horn. There you go. Okay. Where are you? English horn, yoink. Get rid of that reverb. Well, actually, maybe that might not have been the smartest thing, because the English horn and the oboe are both playing here, and I think that might... Okay. Alto flute, your turn. Be a bit louder, though, because you're currently playing over the big boys. Good, okay. Would you believe me if I said that these lower volumes, the alto flute and the horn and F, are starting to sound kind of similar, you know? French horn, English horn, Japanese horn, Spanish horn, same thing, really? Wow. I didn't know there were so many kinds of horns. Japanese horn. That's great. Maybe there's an Irish horn. I think the Irish would know what horns are because they're always very horny. Okay. And then there's this. And back here, I think back on the horn and F here would be good. Alpine horn. That's so true. I forgot where alpine horns came from. Probably the Alps. You know, maybe if I said stuff before, maybe if I thought about things before saying them, it would make sense. I've actually been to the Alps. It's what a beautiful instrument. Oh, I don't think this is exactly how the alpine horn was meant to be played, with a tambourine in your left hand. And can I see, like, yeah, there you go. instrument looks really hard to play. Oh my gosh. I wonder how loud they are. They're made of wood, right? Or Librian wood instrument. It's a wooden natural horn. Yep. Very cool. Made of the trunk of a pine. Car horn. That's the American horn, baby. The car horn. Yep, that's a car horn, alright. Beep beep. I just remember that a clip of Clarkson playing his really loud horn. Now that's a horn. This many that's what she said jokes when joining here. Listen, alright, I'm a comedian first and a composer second, alright? Japanese horn is actually a thing. It's a shell instrument used by Buddhist monks. Haragi. Nope. Okay, I just get Horus. How did that not return any results? Did we spell it wrong? Why am I getting Call of Duty results? Horn. Oh, it's called the Horagai. Very different. Wow. They're made of little shells. Japanese trumpet, the instrument which has served a purpose throughout Japanese history, given a number of Japanese names depending on its function. Special schools still teach students. Pretty cool. I thought it was like a choir of dogs started howling at the same time. Those are much bigger than I thought they would be. Look at them. I think that's what they are. They're so large. Wow. Military. Okay. Conch. What in tarnation? This guy is a living conch playing the conch. That's so awesome. He looks like he has a plastic bag on his head. Now this is much cooler. This person has a great energy coming off of him. Composite male-female figure of the Hindu god Shiva. Very awesome. Korean conch. I mean, must not be a particularly difficult instrument to make because, well, nature already made it for you. Nice. Never thought there was a timbre out there resembling a howling dog. You know, I didn't either, but I'm also somehow not surprised. What in tarnation? Aztec conch shell natural instrumenter, sir, called Guiquizani. Okay, it looks like there's worms coming off of it, but I think that's supposed to be sound lines. Kind of looks like you're playing like a deformed watermelon. I know I'm criticizing this guy's art from the mid-16th century, but he deserves it. Alright, back to whatever we were doing. He's long dead anyway. That's what I'm saying. I know there are going to be folks out there that criticize me for orchestrating Debussy. They're saying that I'm ruining a timeless piece of art and that I should be ashamed for doing it. But if Debussy doesn't like me orchestrating his work, then he can come to my house and tell me himself that he doesn't like it. Oh wait, he can't. He's dead. Who cares? Let's continue orchestrating this. Okay, let's continue the bassoon playing this. No, it is F. I'm looking here. F, C, F, A. That's not right. Oh, there are like these lines here. Hold on, can you be played by some horns? bit louder, please? No, 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 no. When I mean louder, I mean just a little bit louder from pianissimo. Slur here. And stuff. Like this, and slur. I mean, you guys better not cancel me for using so many slurs. I'm just slurring all over the place right now. Hold on. Why? Turn off the note editor. Turn it off. Thank you. Favorite video game OSTs? The Half-Life 1 soundtrack. That's my favorite one. And of course, Minecraft. Can't go wrong with that. I'm also particularly fond of the Genshin Impact OST. Despite me only playing like 2 chapters of the actual story and then giving up because it was kind of boring. But the soundtrack is great. The soundtrack is iconic. Everything else about it is kind of forgettable. There you go. Hoyoverse is truly a music company. They really are. Genshin Impact music is wild, so well produced. Exactly, the Genshin soundtrack is so pretty. Kind of gaudy at times, but in a lot of places very pretty. The game is kind of lame. I was so excited for it until I found that out. I mean, it's free to play, so they have to make their money somehow. Not that I think that gacha is a good justification for it, but, you know, it's not surprising. Although, me and my friends have floated the idea that we would make a gacha game, but like every time you open like the store page, you would have a big like pop-up that would say, "You are wasting your money by spending here. We encourage you to not spend any money here, but you can if you want, but this is seriously a waste of money, and please do not buy anything from here." But we would have the shop up anyway, and it would still be a gacha technically, but we would like give you that warning, right? And it's like, this is a waste of money, go touch grass, but otherwise it'd just be a normal game. And it would be like super pay to win. Like if you paid money, you would accelerate so fast in the game, but we would straight up tell you this is extremely a bad idea. France-inspired region Fontaine is so pretty. I discovered Fontaine by accident. I was just wandering around the open world, randomly, and I discovered Fontaine because I saw Fontaine from behind. So I just saw like this huge wall it looked like a huge mega structure, and I'm like, hold on a second. I'm playing Genshin Impact right now, the game with, you know, fun medieval castles, and I've been to Liyue. It's like a nice traditional looking town, and then all of a sudden I see this huge concrete mega structure, and I literally scaled the wall of Fontaine, this huge gray wall. I scaled it, and then I entered Fontaine through the top, through the side of it, instead of going through the main entrance. So you can imagine my confusion. But okay. Christopher Larkin, Silk Song. Oh, you mean Hollow Knight 2? People get really pissed off when I call Silk Song as Hollow Knight 2, so I'm going to continue calling it that. Fontaine had an elevator at the wall. I mean, I don't know, probably not from the outside, because I was entering from the outside, from like the outskirts, the backside, the back alley of Fontaine, and I climbed the wall to get over there. I don't quite remember. I'm trying to think of other video games that I played. You know, I don't have very many games in my Steam library, but you can see all the ones that I played here. What soundtrack do I think is particularly memorable? I mean, of course, a lot of them are memorable, like Terraria, but I don't really remember that soundtrack very well. It's not really my favorite. Geometry Dash. Oh, Yumaniki, iconic. Yumaniki soundtrack. I mean, it's hardly a soundtrack really. It's more like 1 second loops playing for 15 minutes, but you know, it's still iconic, and I remember it very fondly. Now you can see the games I have installed right now. I've called them ready to eat. It's not a whole lot. And 2 of these aren't even games. Okay. Didn't it start as a planned DLC? I don't know. I've never played it. I've just watched my friend Michael suffer through it, which is, to be honest, way more entertaining than playing it myself. Like me watching, especially when I see Michael play any like Souls-like game, he's not particularly good at video games, he just plays them because they're fun, but like, he's not very good at them. Okay, let me listen to these arpeggios. Wait a second, this is incorrect. Bass clarinet, where are you? I'm not a huge fan of this low horn sound. It's a little too gravelly. I think the bass clarinet would help make it feel a bit smoother, moving from place to place. So, nope, 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 nope. It's D, or it's F. F2. I guess I don't need it to switch. Okay. Silk Song's getting DLC as well. Oh, Hollow Knight 3. Got it. I don't like that so much. Did your Twitch channel disappear? Is it just me hallucinating? What do you mean, did it disappear? Did I get banned on Twitch? I mean, I don't think so, but it's not impossible. I think you need to be louder. I'm not really hearing you guys. I don't want this piece to become like a loudness competition, but... a little higher. Oh, when the strings go away, it's so thin. Hold you guys. There you go. Something's like... Good. Okay. Let's do like this. And just keep the tamming here. One more time. There you go. There you go. That's too loud. You can become a little louder here, I think. Nope. And no more tam stuff happening here. Just have this little hit here. Nope. Just a tiny little hit here. Can you be a little bit louder, please, maybe? Or no, we'll have the timpani help. There you go. And let's have you play with hard mallets, please. Be a bit louder. Nope. Thank you. Maybe a tremolo here. I'm not so sure about that. Quieter. Okay. I can do that. What happens next? Favorite Metroidvania? I don't really play Metroidvania. I have tried Castlevania. I went to the arcade and tried it. I couldn't get too much into it. Castlevania is not for me. I do like Joust though. And I do enjoy Pac-Man. Although I went to the arcade and the Pac-Man machine, like the Pac-Man was slightly faster than it should normally be, and I'm like, I don't is it just me or is it like this Pac-Man slightly faster? And then like one of my relatives came and he was like, no, that's definitely faster. And I'm like, what? It kept throwing me off because I kept missing stuff because the Pac-Man was so fast. Oh well. Okay, I'm trying not to make it too grand yet, because there's still this whole part with the big strings, right? This is where we need to build up to, are these, and I'm not sure if I quite want the big strings to happen because there is a forte part here where I think the strings could really shine. Then again, maybe if you've been here a while, you've noticed that when I tend to orchestrate, I tend to be very biased in favor of woodwinds playing the melodies, and the strings just kind of get kicked to the curb and they just play the boring stuff. I really need to give more stuff to the strings. But then again, like, I add stuff to the strings and I'm like, that just sounds like too cheesy or whatever. Like, I don't like it. So I end up not giving a whole lot to the strings. Okay, what can I do to help fill in the space here? Oh wait, that's right. I completely forgot that you guys are supposed to be filling in the harmony. What are you? Okay, you're that G minor chord, and you move to you're right here. So yeah, keep up that G minor for just a little bit longer. Or I guess technically you're C major with like a C7 chord, but I just added this. F major. Okay, we have a parallel fifth there, but it's probably fine. I actually don't like that very much. Can you guys move up to E, move up to C? Do I like that? I don't know. A minor. I know chords. Right. That's not what. But the trumpet jump scare. I wanted E and the trombone, not A and the trumpet. Oh my goodness. I want the strings to take over here. So I'll have you guys just be there for the dovetailing, but not really play very much. Let's have... I know that the very quiet piatti might be kind of strange. Let's at least make you... Maybe I can instruct you to scrape them. Okay, why did that sound like a YouTuber transition? Why you still say scrape? Stop scraping it. You can scrape it in your room, but not by me. There you go. I want some tremolo. Tremolo stuff happening here. I'll have like this. Maybe some pizzicato stuff happening here. Would a T-T Super Ball work here or later? Bro, I don't know what that is. What? And Celesta... That would work. In a way, I'm a little opposed to adding Celesta, not because I don't like the Celesta, but or even that I think it would be bad, but mostly because I feel like if I use a keyboard instrument here when arranging a keyboard piece for orchestra, it might feel a little bit cheaty. Which is kind of a strange thing for me to say, but Tam Tam Super Ball. I mean, I understand the tam tam part, but I don't know what you mean by super ball. The super tam tam. Can you perhaps do a little triangle bit here? I think that might be fun. Oh, you're so loud. Shut up. I returned again. Bro, where are you going? What in the world? Okay, I think here like another, and maybe like the trumpets need to take over here or something, because I feel like the trombones just are, they're a little bit too weak sauce. Get over here. Oh wait, hold on. I know I'm asking the trumpets to play pianissimo, which is impossible, but whatever. Maybe I should just have the trumpets play from the get-go. And then you can be on the trombone. Nice trom harmony. That might be fun. I just need to tie these guys together. What chord plays here? Isn't it F major? Yes. Trumpets in middle school band always think PP equals powerfully powerful. Well, good thing I'm not writing for a middle school band. I think I could write a good middle school band piece. I wasn't in band in middle school, nor have I listened to very much band music at all, but maybe. What's this, F and C? I think it's FC, FCF. Try again. No. What? Why am I? Why can't I click on that? Thank you. And I need some chordy chords here. Where am I? Right on here, I think. Yeah. Right, and I said I wanted the violins to take on this. What? No, go away. Oh my gosh! I got jump scared. Let's start from around here, I guess. Might make it a bit easier to dovetail. No, no, no. Thank you. Shut up. You stupid violins. Always getting in my way. Get out of here, oboe. Oboe, more like blowbow. Got him. Okay, and now some chords. It's more F. No, this is A minor. Shirgi. D minor. Let's follow those 4-part harmony rules, which are limiting my creativity so much right now. I can feel my creativity shrinking by the moments as I'm writing 4-part harmony rules. All of those music snobs are right. This is really hindering my performance. Let's add G. There you go. Replace bassoon and double bass with electric bass. What are we, a jazz band? I don't think that would work quite well. I mean, I guess maybe you can make the electric bass sound like them, but it's probably not going to be very good. And then I think this is just C major. I guess you could just hold on to this chord. I want this to be a kind of a pure C major. But shush. 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 Retardando. There you go. Not too dramatic though. Okay, I think that'd be very much improved with some bass. Right, let's add some of that pizzicato, pizzicato. Where am I? Oh, I'm right here, right? Okay. Oh my gosh. What? Oh, it's because. Can you see that? The score is going slightly off the page, so it's not letting me click on it. Oh my goodness. The score is getting so large. Hold on. Here, page settings. Let's put it's on letter paper right now, no wonder. Let's put it on some A3 paper. Oh my gosh, that's so much nicer. Look how much space I have down here now. Okay, thank you, metric system. Where was I? Here. And then here I want some arco stuff to happen. What is this? G minor to C major. So let's have I want you to be arco. Arco. Oh, I don't know if I quite like how heavy that sounds. Try this. That's a bit better. What volume are you playing at your piano? Okay. Try again here. where's the here? I want the clarinet to play these last few notes and the stuff. What notes are these? Let's see. I think a bass clarinet can only play the C within an extension, if I'm not wrong. I'm not exactly sure how you extend a bass clarinet, but whatever. I'm not the composer. What am I? I'm the arranger. I'm definitely. I wish I was the composer, but I sure ain't. Okay. Wait. No, that's wrong. No, Colin, that's wrong. Offended since trombone is not in tenor clef. Hold on, let me fix that for you. There you go. Alright, I hope you're happy. I want you to be a bit louder though. Nice. I want like there to be a little bit of a like a fermata here. Where's my fermata? My fermata, yeah. Time stretch a little more. Scroll, 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 scroll. Okay. I want you to be a bit louder. Now go back. I don't know why I had to breathe in like that. You're welcome. Let's have the other clarinet play the B flat here. No, I preferred it when it was just like this. Okay. Now let's try again from the beginning of this line. No, I don't like the horn. Flute. Okay, you guys come off a little bit too strong too quickly, I think. Go to piano. Go to piano. Try this. I'm not hearing you guys. You guys die away a bit too fast. something about that I don't quite like. It's like it's missing something. I know what it is. I can't hear the arpeggios. They're getting overshadowed by my weird color effects. So shut up. That's what I get for focusing too much on the orchestra. I need to really focus on what Debussy actually wrote, which are these arpeggios. Maybe I should do it louder. I don't like that. Just go back to being piano, please. Okay, you can retard hand it a little bit slower than that, actually. I'm not so sure about that. Your orchestra really lovely. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. I think I just don't like the clarinet playing this. Go, oboe! Go, bow! Quieter. And then maybe after oboe, clarinet can come. Try this. I like that more. Oboe and flute combo. Again, I feel like the arpeggios are getting a little bit too buried underneath everything, and I think that's not good. They're like getting buried under the chords, right? That's not a good thing. I don't want the arpeggios to get buried under chords. So I think I'm just gonna have to lower the volume of everyone else. So shush, 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 shush. Okay, and I really turned up the viola, didn't I? You guys are gonna be a louder because more stuff is happening now. See, I can't hear this clarinet line here. Here, actually, replace this with an alto flute. Oh, alto flute can't play this one F here. Sad. Okay. Maybe just do a, you know, short little decrescendo here. Okay, something is very loud here. It's you. You're the culprit. Stupid strings. Actually, you know what, that's fine. And you know what? This is something I learned from Elgar. I really like clarinet plus violins. I really like this. That's very pretty. Let's see. Let's have the flute play this again. I guess it makes more sense to swap these around. Do a little switcheroo. There needs to be more accompaniment happening. Like the strings have to start just a little bit early, I think. And so right around here where they're playing F major. That's... hey, there you go. Tie these guys together. Just do this. I know this is a little strange, but I think it'll make it more clear where I want the dynamics to be. No, no, no. Thank you. There you go. Okay. You also need to be louder because of reasons. You even louder. I'm gonna be a little bit more generous to the alto flutes. But I'll also turn up the volume of these guys. So I can also change the slurs here. Just do one big phrase here. Makes more sense, I think, for this to happen. Okay, I think that's okay. Let me hear it again from this phrase. Better. Okay, I cannot hear the ending of that. Oh, that's too loud. Just one oboe, please. I think going to piano isn't quite it. Maybe mezzo piano would be better. And please, pretty please, slow down. I know I'm taking a lot of liberty here, but I just want you to slow down even more. Try again. That feels like the same amount of slowness. You nerds. Get even slower, please. Maybe I should just have this fermata play a little longer. That's a bit better, I think. And you just play like this. There, no. Okay. Now, tempo. 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 Alright, let's start from the beginning. Just so I can catch anything that I might not like. And I think I'll turn this up a tiny bit. I want this to have a pause here. That's nice there with that little pause. Rest, I mean. Okay, try again. Dovetail just a tiny bit better here. That's so loud now that I re-listen to it. Oh my gosh. Shut up. Shut up. The clarinet can stay loud because it's a clarinet, but you shut up. Let me hear that in context again. Maybe start doing retardando like even sooner here. Okay. Before I move on though, I want to make sure this is pixel perfect. Let's try this opening melody on other instruments. I think I already tried flute, but I want to try it again. Maybe my aesthetics have changed in the 5 seconds that I haven't listened to this. Also, don't do that. Okay, that's a little better, I think. I tried again an oboe. This first oboe is so loud for some reason. Horn, you try. Dang it. What about YouTuber? Dang it. Try this. Don't do a decrescendo here, please. I don't like this. Go away. I don't like this. Go away. I don't like this. Go away. All my percussion stuff, I don't like it. Yeah, I really think all this violin stuff is coming in a little bit too strong. Everyone just quiet down. I just realized I have a bassoon currently playing 2 notes at the same time. Man, I'm smart. No, no, no. Okay. Okay. Well, let's listen to it one more time. And you know what? I'll even turn up the volume. Louder. Okay. I think there was some detail lost here, I'm not gonna lie. Because of you guys. Yeah, that's better. I also want these Arco guys to be quieter. Better. It's much better when it's a little less heavy. Not so heavy, please. Okay, that'll be all, I guess. And since I just did the first, what, minute? I didn't even reach a minute on this. And I also made the tempo slower, so probably the first 45 seconds, really. But as you can see, that took like 3 hours because I'm very slow. But that'll be all for today for arranging this. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and join the Discord server and all that stuff. Whatever, you know the drill. Get out of here. Go practice, nerds. I'll see you later. Bye bye.